Should I have expected anything less? No. But should I have wished for something more? Yes. It's Rimworld. Welcome back. Never before have I been so happy to see someone growing corn. At the end of last episode, the long night finally came to a conclusion and the sun rose once again after over a year of darkness. And as a result of that, our fields have crops on them again. There are shadows forming across our ground. There are shadows forming across our ground. Yeah, we'll go with that. Welcome back to Cauliflower Valley. And what a time to be alive it is. What's going on today? Well, we got some more fuel rods. We got 9 fuel rods to plug into Omicron. We'll do that probably once. In fact, you know something? Maybe we should just turn this off. Maybe we'll turn it off. That's a good idea. Farley, let's turn Omicron off. No. What are you doing? Oh, of course. You're inside of the thing. Yes, we built this. I should probably remove that, actually. Yes, we built this, the Hypergenetics Lab, and Farley is currently inside their biosculptor pod, though therefore can't do nuclear physics. We've already used the Hypergenetics Lab, such as it is, on Nacho, who now has wings and is blue. Well done on your crowning achievement, returning to your blue glory. And Aethel, who is currently teaching Aesolus the methods of reloading a recurve bow whilst injured. Well, we don't really use bows around here, Aethel, but you know what? I'm sure there's a real lesson in there somewhere. Aethel is not blue, but did get a load of cool stuff that makes him a force to be reckoned with in melee. As well as all of that, of course, the biosculptor pods. Everyone in these right now is currently going through an age reversal treatment. We did reform our ideology, and everyone demands age reversal as a result of being transhumanists. You know something? We were really busy last time, but I still want to turn Omicron off, so we're going to need another nuclear physicist, and who better to do that than, I was going to say Kerwin, but Kerwin's currently in a pod as well. I had it in my head that Kerwin would make another cool nuclear physicist, but my dreams have been dashed against curb, like a scene in American History X. Starring Edward Norton. I guess we'll just let Omicron carry on for the time being as night falls, but it's a natural night. It's a lovely night. It's a night that's gonna end, and ain't that something? Oh, and the fields. Taking them a little minute to grow these fields. It's taken them a little minute to plant these fields, largely because several of our top tier plants, botanists, farmers, people that are good at planting stuff are in the pods. But that's fine. We've also got this wonderful red bar here. The tax has detected a possible threat. It's going to be about a day's time that we get attacked by the Slinalf mech hive. So, you know, we'll be able to deal with that. We've got 9 people capable of combat, right? Yeah, 9? Yeah, 9. Huckett is out of action, and Huckett's usually been our answer to mechanoids, so that might be the slightest bit interesting, but, you know, we'll let the mechs get here before we start making any real assessments, shall we? And Plump and friends are still here, though they shouldn't be here for too much longer. Yes, they're going to be departing in about a day's time. That might overlap in an interesting way. 24 hours until the mechs arrive, well, 23 hours, and then we'll call this 27 hours until Plump's destitute drifters decide to go on their merry way. I really can't wait for Plump's destitute drifters to go on their merry way. It's been very nice for us to host all of these children and Plump themselves, but it's about time they moved on to greener pastures, especially now that the long night's over and travel should theoretically be safer across this planet. At least you'd think so. Okay, I know I've already mentioned this like 2 or 3 times, but I can't really overstate just how happy I am to see crops in these fields again. After what feels like forever. We were never really in any danger of starving, it turns out. We've got more rice than we probably know what to do with. We might want to just stop rice production in here, because that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Let's switch that over to, oh, I don't know. Well, actually, let's think about this. Let's think about this, because we've got access to... Let me see here. We could make some desserts. That would need berries and chocolate and condiments if we really wanted to go all in on it. Desserts might be fun. What else have we got? We could make some soups. I actually think desserts. I like the idea of desserts. Let's treat these folks to some desserts. What did desserts need again? They needed chocolate and berries. When it says berries, berries or coral coconuts. Oh, no, it can use raw fruits as well. Perfect. Can it use strawberries? It doesn't appear that it can, which is a somewhat unfortunate situation. What can we grow in these hydroponics basins? We could definitely grow the chocolate, which is great. It's kind of wild to me that strawberries don't count. I mean, hell, we'll grow the chocolate. Let's get some chocolate on the go. Let's get some cocoa bushes up and running here. We could grow some berries in the fields. Oh, it would be kind of nice, actually, an apple tree orchard. I kind of feel like an apple tree orchard is exactly what we need around here to celebrate the return of the sun. Where would we put such a thing is the real question. Maybe down here. Kind of eyeballing this area. I think we'll do something like that. Something nice for a change. You know, we've spent a long time in a nuclear facility recently. It would be nice to go back to nature a little bit. We get rid of this path here and then just have the path come around, and we'll turn this into a nice little apple orchard. Something like that? Yeah, I think so. They can use the apples in the desserts, right? Although I imagine the apples are going to take a minute to actually grow, but hey, we're growing them at the beginning of spring, so, you know, I think it'll work out. Aethel and Athos, of course, just absolutely ecstatic. Brenwyn too, and Zed, they're clearly into this. They clearly think that this is a phenomenal idea. And who can blame them? Apples are delicious. And it looks like it's just another day before our first set of age reversals are completed. So, you know, that's good as well. Hey, unroofed, what? Oh, we can't be having that, can we? No, no, no. Barnett's even helping out. Zhao Barnett here. Who's actually got a pretty respectable plant skill. What are you? You're a Draconori. Yes, you're a dragon person. A beautiful dragon person, in fact. Sure, whatever you say, Zhao Barnett. You are really good. Holy moly. Anomalous creature researcher. I see. You are insanely good. I can't. I mean, you look very creepy with that mouth. It's got to be. You got a creepy mouth there, Barnett. But creepiness aside, yeah, this is quite the statistical spread you have there. Good job on, well, being incredibly competent. I'm sure the classic crew are very grateful to have you around. You okay? Yeah. Morris Pillai, are you as good as Barnett? Not by a long shot, no. Quite a few of these Draconori. Brenwyn, of course, is one as well. And is, you know, good at what Brenwyn does. Got to give him the credit there. Not sure why we've got Brenwyn on planting. I guess it's because we don't really have any... Why do we have Brenwyn on planting? What's going on there? There's drilling to be done, Brenwyn. Well, okay, I guess there isn't drilling to be done. In which case, Brenwyn, as you were. Lianlu's making those bionic legs that we're going to eventually need for Aethel here. Although even with the slow runner, Aethel's still rocking a pretty respectable move speed down there, 4.88. The standard move speed is like around the same. In fact, Aethel runs faster than Sinatra, so these bionic legs are probably a little bit of overkill, but you know what? In service of making Aethel keep up with Nacho, without having psycasts, might I add, it's definitely worth it. And you know, we're being attacked in 2 hours, so... And 2 hours has become 0.1. Countdown's over. Here they are, right on cue. What have we got going on here? They're attacking us immediately, and they intend to breach our walls. And there are a reasonable amount of them, actually. We've got a couple of centipede blasters in there. What are you carrying? A heavy charge blaster. I see. And I guess the wall breach is going to come in the form of these 2 termites. I think we'll need to send Nacho out on a bit of a mission to deal with them. Let us get into position, and then Nacho will get to need you straight on the job, I think. So speed boost yourself. Where are you, in fact? Why am I moving the camera when I could simply move in directly? There we go. Okay. Aha! Of course. We're not alone anymore. The classic crew have arrived nearby, approaching from multiple angles, and they're going to help us immediately. They've actually maybe just saved us a job. These have come very equipped. Wow, okay. This might actually be the best thing that could have happened. Holy crap. They have come armed for bear. And, well, you're dead. Let's see how they get on. Let's see how they get on. They're dying. It's, they're really not doing well at all. Nacho, where are you? Okay, you're almost here. Cool. Get after this. They're doing. They've done some work. They've thinned out the herd certainly, and holy moly, they've got more moving in. Actually, I do think we might be okay. Why would we put any effort in when the classic crew are here doing all the work for us? This is cool as hell. We'll keep everyone in their defensive positions, but if classic crew want to show us some sweet moves, then who are we to stop them? We should probably actually send some people out to like rescue these folks. Yeah, that might be a good idea. In fact, let's do that. Okay, who's our fastest runners? That's probably the question I should be asking. Brenwan? Yeah. Brenwan can rescue Jubal, and Nacho's going to rescue Baraku. I don't know that anyone else needs a rescuing. But they've taken care of business for us. Absolutely have. Who needs enemies with friends like these, huh? There's Nacho. Taking care of that. Yeah, they've... Wow. Okay. Thank you, classic crew. And the refugees are leaving. Plump thanks us for allowing her to stay at Cauliflower Valley. Now moving on. And they won't forget what we've done. Well, alright. There they go. Plump and 11 children. Mechs didn't take kindly to that little situation. They're thinking about attacking us again in 1.6 days. Well, that's fine. Under the circumstances to which we find ourselves, at least. Alright, yeah? Cool. Brenwan, how are you getting on there? You're almost home. Terrific news. Oh god, does this mean now all these folks are going to stay here? Because that would be a little bit absurd, but what can we do? Let's clean this mess up. That's what we can do. Get these two back on their feet. They came in here, defended us, and then just sort of stood around the oil wells for a bit. You can all go home if you'd like, anyway. I mean, not to sound inappreciative or anything, but this is kind of weird. No, you're just gonna stay there. Okay. And there it is. Quest complete. Plump and the 11 children they came with are gone. Maybe we'll hear from them again in the future. Who could say? The important thing is that our colonist bar can return to the way it's supposed to be. Still kind of jam-packed, but at least a little bit more visible now. And they're actually leaving now, so isn't that something? Yes, thanks again for all that you've done. You really saved us a job there. Genuinely appreciate all of that. I had no idea that that was an interaction, but I'm glad for it. And now they all return from whence they came. Oh god, as they walk past their friends there. Yes, well, about 3 to 5 hours until everyone's out of their pods, which is just wonderful. Well, I think we'll let this threat come by before we put another load of people in. We are going to need to build a few more, because these things, if I recall, like, attune themselves to a certain someone, right? Yeah, bio-tuning there. Does that mean this one? Yeah, this one's actually attuned to Aethel already. Good news. Okay. Let's just... We're going to need what? 21, was it? We're going to need more. That's kind of the gist of things here. We're going to need more. Not a genetics lab, it's a pod lab. Looks like Zarish is the first out. How are you feeling now, Zarish? You've de-aged by 1 year. You feeling good? You want a neural supercharge? Yeah, well, you know. Oh, you received an age reversal. There it is. Aging and death have no hold on me. I am forever, as an enhanced human ought to be. I mean, you did nearly die from a heart attack not so long ago, buddy. So, you know, let's not get ideas above our station. There's Clav. Hello, Clav. Welcome back to the land of the living. Ah, and they're going to want another one in 60 days' time. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Farley can now switch Omicron off. Other people could have done this, it's true. But Omicron and Alpha are Farley's children, in a manner of speaking. So it's only right that he's the one that brings it down to 0, and then I guess we just scram it right there. There we go. Let that run down to 0 degrees Celsius inside there, and we can start I say refueling, adding more fuel to it is the correct way of putting that. Yes, it can indeed hold 37 rods. Bit of a slimy room here as a result of all those folks breaking out of their pods, but I think that's everyone back out now, right? Yes, 21. So we need 21 pods. We presently have 11, and they take a little bit in the way of components to put together, which we have plenty of, so that's fine. Steel, looking a little bit grim on that, but hey, what can you do? Man, so what? We need another 10 pods. I don't think we're going to fit 10 more pods in here. We don't necessarily need 10. We've got, like, plenty of children and stuff, like, that don't need them. Who still requires an age reversal? Lianlu, Sinatra, Athos, Hazel, Brenwan, and Aethel. I think we'll just have Aethel go in there for now. Give the man a break, you know? Part of me is just like, we should just build a facility dedicated to pods, but that's just, well, it's not like we're lacking in space. Let's be honest. Maybe later. We've also got these neural superchargers, and I definitely don't think that 5 is going to be enough to, you know, cater to 20 people that are all desiring these. So up the ante on these a little bit as well. Again, steel is continuing to be a problem. We are mining steel though, right? Yeah, sure. Calm was on the job just there. The thing of it is actually is that we are mining. We got 3 deep drills? No, that can't be right. We've got more than that. We got 4. Yes, there's one up here too. We got 4. We got gold, plasteel, steel, and uranium all being mined up. I guess another drill for steel wouldn't be a bad idea then. And we started down here, so let's continue. 7 more fuel rods, and then Omicron is ready to go at full capacity. They finished planting the orchard as well. And speaking of orchards, actually, do you know something, Kalani? You know what I'd like you to do? I'd like you to grow some plants for us. I need to get yourself down here. It feels like forever since we did a crop burst. I'll do a tree sprout as well. I'm feeling all nature boy today, which is a way to feel about things. So if we go for a crop burst, show us something good. Let it actually work. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, what is that? What have you done? Can we have something normal? The tree sprout? What are these? Scared the living daylights out of me when they show up. And trees. Perfect. That's a little bit healthier, isn't it? What is this? Slimy foliota. A bluish pink mushroom secreting a slimy substance that attracts insects. Oh. Okay. And it can be harvested for blue raw fungus. Blue fungus? Oh, they're nice to eat. Terrific news. Okay, well, sure. You know something? Let's just go for a cut plants job down there. Get rid of these horrific monstrosities that Kalani's graced us with. You know, the more I look at them, the more I think, actually, they're kind of cool. But, they're a bit of an aberration on the landscape, aren't they? Yeah. It's actually an alarming amount of food from all of those, and one survived the harvest, so we can't be having that. You know what? Cut the plant. There we go. Good job. So how many did we get out of all that? Hey, we got a fair bit there. We got a fair bit there indeed. Consider that an absolute win. Thanks, Kalani. That was strange. Meanwhile, in Huckett and Lianlu's craft club, Lianlu is blessing us with advanced components, and Huckett is closing in on completing that prestige mech breaker armor. Does feel like it's taken a while for that to be put together, but of course Huckett did spend some time in the pod, so, you know, that'll probably be why. Never mind the fact that it, like, took 3,000 work to put together anyway. Oh, you silly cougar. This poor cougar knows not what it's doing. Yeah. There's a moral here. Don't hunt Nacho for food. Let's go straight back to mining there, Nacho. Just doesn't even care. Oh, hey, look at this. Cocoa for everyone. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But with the cocoa here and the apples there, we can eventually start making some desserts, right? In fact, we'll make lavish desserts. Do until you've got, I don't know, 40, sure. Mechanoids from Safety, Mech Hive, and Mike. They've arrived in pods, actually, but their pods have went away haywire because of the fact that we've got attacks on the go. And they're landing all over the place, some of which have landed inside our grounds. Well, one of which has landed inside our grounds. Anyone nearby that can deal with this? Hello there, Huckett. Good to see you. Yourself around here, my friend. Brenwan's here too, as it goes. Let's send Brenwan and Huckett in on this dagger snout then. What is this? A siege breaker. Particularly dangerous tank-shaped mechanoid, armed with a cannon that fires explosives. And we want to fight them in close quarters, I see. You alright, Brenwan? Huckett? Yeah? You're doing fine? Hey, siege breakers then. Need close quarters. What is that? A fireworm? Chemfuel flamethrower. Short range, don't let a fireworm approach your defenses. So, okay, we've got these two that need short range attacks, and then this thing that needs long range attacks, and we've got short range attacks right here. You know something? Just get into position. Huckett and Brenwan can take care of this thing that's landed in the worst place possible. Yeah, good enough. Okay. You alright, Brenwan? 4 conditions need tending. You are more than fine. Just get yourself up there, buddy. And first through the doors is going to have a bit of an interesting reception, shall we say. Hello, welcome to Cauliflower Valley. Get in and amongst it. Yeah, there's nothing that thing could have done. This is the fire guy, right? You know something? You guys go out of there. The fire guy's short range. Wow, that is short range. Holy moly. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll send you three back into position to deal with these two siege breakers. Look at this thing, a Goliath. Heavy combat, humanoid body plan, faster than centipedes. That's about it. I think we'll just melee that one down as well. Oh, it's actually taking a bit of a beating there. It's got to be said. Oh, maybe not. Hey now, hey. We can't be having you firing like that on people. That's just not fair. I think there's like some shots from Athos just coming down here, which is kind of nice. Comwater's taking a bit of a hit there. Again, her right ear bruised beyond all recognition. She's fine though, it's just bruises and cracks. And then, oh, this is the exploding boy. Yeah, you guys go home. Done your job. What's this? It's another siege breaker. Okay, fine. Is that thing just, what are you doing? You're attacking Clean Sweeper 1, who needs a name. Okay, we've got Moppo, we've got Drevi, we've now got, oh, I don't know, Brush. Now, Brush, please leave. Please leave, please leave, please leave. Athos, do you know what you could do, actually? You should send some guided shots in there. How about that? Well, you didn't need to. Terrific. All right, you two go to the hospital. Nacho, we've got a mission for you. You, the rest of you, are all fine. And Zed is fine, too. Good job. Squad. Right, Nacho, we've got a siege breaker that needs to be dealt with. It's just very slowly making its way to us, and it's threatening mana. We're not about that life. Get all up in its business. Yet another threat dealt with. And we are... Oh, great. The Inquisitor blew up the walls. What a nightmare. Not really a threat at all when it comes down to it. What happened to Zarish? I guess you were stood in a silly place, given the fact that you got shot in the stomach. Yeah, okay. Well, you're going to be fine. So, whatever. Let's get some more age reversal on the go, shall we? Who else needed an age reversal? Lianlu, Sinatra, Athos, Hazel, and Brenwan. And that's everyone that needed an age reversal taken care of for now, with one biosculptor pod left over. So that's good news. Of course, it does mean that several of our key fighters are now out of action for a little while, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Research into the Hell has reached its next step, and now we need to perform experiments with the new weapons research bench and lay the foundation for future projects. Okay, well, that seems simple enough. That's just another passive step, right? Yes. We just need people to be faffing around on this thing here. Cool beans. On a completely separate subject to that, let's call up the old civil ones and request the location of a persona core, seeing as we can do so. It's going to cost us 1,500 silver. I think it's worthwhile. So, Space Camp's Stash of Fortune, not far from us. And there's a cluster of hostile mechanoid structures and an unknown threat. Okay. That is not far from us at all. In fact, that's terribly close by. I think what we'll do, we're going to send Nacho and Tropants on a little bit of a stealth mission to grab that persona core here. So we'll just get in, grab the gear, and get out. So we want Nacho and Tropants. I suppose it's probably a good idea that we send them some medication just in case too. You know, something you might as well have some of those packaged survival meals whilst you're on the road. You never know when they might come in handy. And there we go, 4 medicine. Perfect. Get yourselves loaded in there. We're going to go grab that core and get out. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, they are ready to go. So, drop at the edge of that. Perfect. And we'll just build those 2 more transport pods there. Okay, time for a surgical strike. But first, pick up the medicine and pick up the meals. Then we'll take a look at what we're dealing with for this mission whilst they have some dinner. Good enough. Okay, we've got a climate adjuster. Well, that's no fun. A few turrets and a big building, which I guess is probably going to be our main target here. Okay, cool. Maybe we want to send Hooker in here too then. In fact, that's probably a good idea, you know? That's probably a great idea. You busy? You're a little bit busy, I understand. Tell you what then, we'll scout out for now. As long as we don't stand in that red bit, this all shouldn't activate, which is great news. Let's move around all stealthy-like. So we just want to find that core. That's all we want to do. It's not going to activate this by going too close to it, is it? No, we're fine. Good enough. No core, which suggests it's in another one of these buildings. Could be this one. And I hope it's not this one. It's got to be said. It'd be a big shame if we had to then deal with that. Aha! Persona core. Okay, now time for the ultimate question. Can we just leave? Or should we not be cowards? I feel like we shouldn't be cowards. I feel like we should deal with this. Let's get Hooker here too. Hooker, would you like to step into the ring? You two are going to be fine in this building momentarily. And Hooker is soon to be on her way. Let's go for a launch. And then zoom in and choose a landing spot. Let's drop Hooker right where Nacho and Troll Pants presently are. And here she is. Look at that. We have the technology. Okay. Let's just bash that. Nothing happened. Perfect. Just move around. Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in, get in, get in, get in. And then we want, what do we want here? We want something like this. This, yes. Okay, perfect. Get yourself out and deal with that Lancer, I think, Nacho. That's probably a good idea. Don't be on fire, though. Yeah? No need to be on fire. Okay, cool. And Hooker, you're probably going to need to... Yeah, there we go. These turrets are kind of the most annoying thing here. Although the fact that, yeah, Hooker's just taking a shot there. But we're fine. We're fine. Nacho can deal with the turrets, right? Meanwhile, you guys can get to work on that thing. One more turret, please, Nacho. It says the area is now safe, but I mean, there's this gigantic climate adjuster that we just can't have it. We can't have it. And our work here is done. Perfect. Let's see what we could bring home with us. We'll grab some of those components, sure. Got the Persona Core, which is the actual reason we came here. And then rather than wait for them, we'll use the old far skip, bring them straight home. Look at that. We have the power. Then we probably just need to drop all of this stuff that you've been carrying. Good news. Good news? Good job. That's the word I was actually looking for. Mission complete. We now can possess +1 Persona Core, which is a hyper-advanced computer core that houses a peak human equivalent machine persona. In its isolated state, the core is dormant. However, if we install it into the proper structure, it can become a mind of great power. Well, we've got the exact structure that we want available for us to put together, which is, of course, a ship computer core. It's a tiny little thing right here. Because yes, I think it is about time we looked to start putting together a ship to get us off of this rock. That's going to need at least 21 crypto sleep caskets to do that for us. But hey, what can you do? So, ship reactor, I suppose, goes down first, doesn't it? Do we want to build it here? I think building it sort of... I think building it here is probably the right way to go about it. Yeah, let's go for here. And you know something? I feel like we could probably get rid of this. It's served its purpose, and I feel like having it next to the turbine and giant nuclear reactor isn't a good long-term strategy, so it's going to be gone now. Our next step of the hell has completed, so now we actually have to build a prototype, which I guess we could do. We need to see what the situation with this thing is. It does. I wonder if like it has. Oh, it has got a range. I see. Yes. Okay, so we want to build a few of these, just dotted around the place. I think here would probably be a good starting point, or maybe here, or maybe even here. You know, let's build our first one here. It's right next to our stockpile. It's in a good central location. It's the high energy laser that destroys enemy airborne projectiles such as mortar shells. And if we want to stop mortar shells from hitting anything, it's definitely going to be our nuclear reactors and stockpile. So yeah, sure. That looks like as good a place as any. Several of our construction crew being locked in their pods at the moment has definitely had an impact on how fast we get things done around here. We're still deconstructing the old barracks for Plump and their friends. The ship is nowhere near being ready to go. Although Aethel's now out of his age reversal cycle, so that's something. And we haven't even started on the hell. It's gonna take a minute. Gotta be said. But hey, Aethel, how you doing? You feeling younger? You feeling wiser? In a manner of speaking, I suppose that you are, yes. Now we're getting somewhere, I suppose. Is that what we'll call this? We'll call this getting somewhere. Perfect. One ship reactor. And it's even outputting 1,000 watts of power, so ain't that something? What are we missing? Lots. But don't worry about it. We've got a ways to go yet. We've got a ways to go yet. The framework, or the beginning of the framework, at least, is completed. Our prototype hell is nearly completed. And the barracks for Prump and friends are no more. So that's progress, ain't it? Look at that thing. Step completed. Test fire the hell on artillery targets to gather weapons data. Well, that's going to take some doing. I don't even think we can build our own mortar to do those tests with. Auto mortar? Oh, we could, you know. I think we'll just wait. We'll wait until we have some mortars coming our way to deal with it. One should be enough for now. It's in the most important location. Yeah, it's covering our nuclear facility. Not quite covering the ship, but, you know, that is what it is. Suppose we can go ahead and add the sensor cluster and the ship computer core here. There's no real reason not to. I think we'll probably need an extra couple of beams for engines as well. I actually quite like the classic building of ships that Rimworld offers. They're not the prettiest things, admittedly, but I like them nevertheless. There's certainly a lot of imagination required to consider this a spaceship, especially when you consider things like Save Our Ship existing in modern day. Not using Save Our Ship, by the way. Hence this monstrosity. In other news, build complete there, making uranium fuel rods. That was the last one. Omicron is now ready to be turned on for real this time. Farley, time to do some honours. Let's see how far we can push this thing. Start her up, and we'll go with 50%. Got a feeling that the massive turbine, the Zeus turbine, is going to be able to handle this comfortably. It's going to be the cooling that we need to consider expanding, which at a bare minimum would cost us about 1,000 steel, because if we're going to cool this down at all, it's got to be with the towers, right? Maybe 2 towers to go full Springfield is the right play here. Yeah, 50%, we're at 55% cooling, so I'm pretty confident we can push this to 75. Oh, sweet. Maybe not. Hold on there. Yes, we can push it to 75 with a reasonable margin of error on the cooling. We'll run it at 75% for the time being. Thank you very much, Farley. Okay, so that would mean another cooling tower is, 1,000 steel. I think we might save the steel up for such an event. How much power is this pumping out now? 273,000 watts? Perfect. Oh wait, no, that's just the grid excess. We'll go with lots. Between these two nuclear reactors, I mean, we've effectively just... We could power up the vast majority of this planet, I would expect. So we're hoarding it all here in Cauliflower Valley. Ship's looking healthy. The computer core's installed. We still need the crypto sleep caskets and the engines. Sensor cluster's almost there. What's the crypto sleep casket going to cost us? Again, I think steel is probably going to be our limiting factor with regards to how quickly we can build this. But equally, we can get steel fairly quickly, or we'll be able to once a bunch of our miners are out of their pod life. How long you got left there? 6 hours, yeah. So we're going to be back to full productivity before we even know it. And the representation of 2 nuclear reactors? It's just this. It's all we can see. All the real secrets, of course, are trapped in Farley's head, who is currently making some wort. It's been a while since we've had beer. Man, again, need to stress, full fields such as this, beautiful sight. Look at all the corn. We should have some chocolate by now, right? Yes, we do. Terrific news. Wow, we've got a lot of chocolate. We've got more chocolate than we know what to do with. Let's probably put the chocolate in the fridge. Hey, Hooker, you finished your armor and didn't even tell us? Holy crap, look at you now. Oh, it even comes with shielding of its own. That's insane. Look at you. Holy moly. I mean, look at you in the light. You look friggin' fantastic. Gotta be said. What's your mech bandwidth? 45? Oh my goodness. That's more than we're ever gonna need. But it's not about that as much as it's about just the fact that you look awesome. So good job on that. I like that you're keeping it on at all times. I mean, I would. Yeah. Baby Reed has grown up and become a child. So they're old enough to do bits and pieces around here now. We're not going to have them working, as is tradition. Children around here don't work. This isn't Victorian England. We're not going to enslave you either, Reed. Don't you worry. You're going to remain a colonist. And yes, same message, just in a different way. Good job, Murray Reed Oldhammer. Welcome to being a child. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we'll go with fortunately, Reed doesn't look particularly normal, and that means that they're going to fit in quite comfortably, as previously established with Apprehension, Aesalas, and Keisha. So, you know what, Reed? Go about your business. Huckett's old prestige armor had to go somewhere, and where better than Nacho, who now just continues to look incredible. Really let those wings go. You've had that deserter armor on for a very long time, Nacho. It's about time we gave you something else. All right, we'll stop basking in the glory now. Away you go. Now here's something that's been a long time since we've been able to do. Animatree linking. What better way to celebrate the light being back than having a bit of a dance around the tree? It has been such a long time since they've been able to do this. It's actually insane. Hey, Clav's put that armor on. Ain't that something? You look kind of cool, Clav. I'm going to let you keep that on. I like the fact that it's white colour matches what you've got going on with yourself there. Do you know what else is really nice? Having the sun back, such as we have. The trees are coming back too. And Cauliflower Valley is slowly but surely returning to being the forest that we've come to know and love, and then forget about because of the long night. Ship's coming along as well, isn't it? We've gotten 8 crypto. We've got 8 crypto sleep craft. Oh, God, man. I can't say the words. It's like a tongue twister. We've got 8 crypto sleep caskets. I was a little bit worried about just slamming all these down, given our steel reserves are, well, low enough as to not actually be in our resource list. Hey, Revenant invisibility. But it's been fine. It's been fine. Modify a Revenant spine so that it can be implanted in a human, allowing them to become temporarily invisible. That's kind of cool. I don't necessarily believe we have anyone that would need a Revenant spine to become temporarily invisible. Although, I guess the thing of it is that we'd have to, like, destroy the Revenant, wouldn't we? Maybe if we get another Revenant. Isn't it lovely to be able to stargaze in the fields of corn and hops, wearing your mop suit, and looking like this? Barley is, like, really living the life, you know? Plump has contacted us. 8 days ago, we helped her in desperate circumstances. You're damn right there we did, Plump. Since then, she's gotten back on her feet, and now she wants to reward us properly for our help, and is sending us the following via drop pod. Some plasteel, a fertility and darkness gene pack, a couple of skill trainers, 3 persona cores. What are we meant to do with 3 persona cores, Plump? Yeah, alright, well, guess we'll have to sell those at some point, won't we? Yikes. It's actually an insanely good reward, all said and done, for what amounted to just putting up with Plump for a bit. This would be an insane room to go into. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I would not want to go in that room. You would just be drowned in cocoa bushes. It would be a nightmare. What has science done? Looks like our apple trees are growing quite comfortably, but it is going to take them a while. I can't actually get over how happy I am that nature has returned to this place. It's so nice to see all of it, you know? It'll be nicer still once all the trees have finished growing, of course, but we've got this. What happened to you? Well, your food now. There are animals amongst us. I mean, there were animals during the long night, but it just feels different now that the sun is shining, or going down as the case may be. It is 5 o'clock in the evening after all. It's the little things that put a smile on the face after all. What are you doing, Zed? What are you doing here? You're throwing small rocks by the cooler in the sewage. Yeah. Okay. Yet another insectoid attack. I'm drilling too deep once again. What are we going to do about this? Send them in. That's what we're going to do about it. Just send them in. It's really nice, actually, when you think about it. It's really nice that the insects are kind enough to give us a little bit of a warning. Hey, Cube, Drevy, do you want to just get out of there? And there's a cougar hunting Aesalas? Oh, no. Aesalas. That's not the best position for you to be in, my friend. Hey now, hey. We need to get you home. We need to get you home. Lickety-split. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Nacho. Nacho. It's time to run. And save Aesalas' life. Get after it. Because this is really bad. Never mind the insects. The real threat was out there all along. The real threat was that nature I was enjoying so much just before. Is Nacho going to get here in time? I think that, yes, she is. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. You're fine now, Aesalas. Good job. That was a pretty close call. Not gonna lie. How are we doing down here? We fine? Oh, we are totally fine. Redwood's bleeding out in 12 hours. Go to hospital. Aethel, you're fine. Actually, go to hospital. Just you're all done here. Calm water can finish off the business of, you know, putting these things out of their misery. Hooker's just straight back to drilling. Not bothered. Insects, don't need them. Don't want them. Bit of a power move there, Aesalas. Bringing home the cougar that wanted to eat you, ready for consumption. Yes, that's what happened there. Honestly, gotta respect it. Ship's come a long way. We've almost finished the crypto sleep caskets, which is words that I can now put together in a single sentence. All that would be left after that, unless I'm mistaken, are these 3 engines. Omicron is fully fueled and functioning and ready to go. I'm not sure that we're going to have time between now and launching that ship to actually start processing that plutonium and launching a nuke. But maybe, just maybe, launching a nuke as the proposed good guys isn't necessarily something that we do. Although we kind of did already launch some missiles. But the other missiles weren't nukes. That's what we'll say. That's how we'll justify it. It's a bit slimy in here, and it's interesting that none of this has been cleaned up, but nevertheless, everyone that needed it or indeed wanted it has gone through an age reversal cycle. Didn't really have much of an impact, truth be told. I mean, Zarish here is 68. It's their birthday today, as it goes. Hey, happy birthday, Zarish. I see you've put on Clav's old cloak, but you know what? I like it. It's a good look. It's a great look. I can respect the hustle. Here, let's take a quick look at you. Put that wood down, for goodness sake. You actually, for your freakish qualities, of which there are many, you look really cool, Zarish. It's got to be said. Not a bad look at all. Not a bad look at all. Hey, Troll Pants. And Corn, of course, has returned to Cauliflower Valley, which I only now just realise is a valley that's never had cauliflowers in it. Has had plenty of corn, though. And the corn will continue. This exists too. And with all of that, and that tiny little bit of excitement at the end with the insect and the cougar and the Aesalas, we'll leave things there for today. Thank you very, very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care.